Look what we have here. Wheat straw and compost. That's your mycelium there, your white stuff, and all the little mushrooms all coming up on the top. Now this is mushroom compost. $3 a bag times 20 bags, cost me $60. You may say, why have you gone and bought that for? What's the point? It is a really easy, simple way to get a lot of mushrooms at a very cheap price. You may say, oh yeah, but it's already used up. That's what you think, it keeps working anyway. My mum's friend went and put a whole stack in a garden, and the whole garden come out with mushrooms the next year, just flipping mushrooms everywhere. The easiest way to get mushrooms is not to go and spend $15 or $20 on a mushroom grow kit you get from the hardware store or wherever. Not to go to mushroom websites which tell you got to sterilise it all, which I think they usually use hydrogen peroxide or something, but the other option is to boil it all. And you can sit there all day with a garbage can stacked up on some bricks with a fire going underneath, getting the water up to boiling point, dunking in a whole heap of straw, getting all the straw back out again, topping the water up, wait until it gets back up to boiling point again, put some more straw. You waste your time. Don't worry. It's easy just to go get mushroom compost. You may say, yeah, but it's sure it'll go another once or twice, but I want it to keep going for years. How can I do that? Wheat straw. Now, with straw is basically the stalk, but not the head. When you get hay, barley hay and whatnot, with wheat the seeds usually fall straight out of it. With barley and oats the seeds will stay in, and when you get the hay you get the seeds still. But the straw is just the stalk, and the seeds have already been harvested through the harvester. Now you can basically get a big load of that stuff there, and get some wheat straw and throw that down and water it all to get it all damp, and then throw some more on top of that, and that will extenuate. And the next year you can get some more wheat straw, put it on top, soak the hell out of it with a hose or water and can. You know, you might not even need to. The rain might take care of it for you, and then, you know, chuck a little bit more on top, and it just keeps going and going because it's got fresh stuff. It's got fresh straw, as you've seen at the bottom there, but that's used straw. But it'll still give me another year or two supply without a problem, just as is. And you may say, well, how come the websites tell me to sterilise it? Aha! This is a little trick that you learn when you do a bit of home brewing and stuff like that, especially dealing with grapes and wild yeast with grapes. What basically happens with grapes is they get frosting on the outside and you get the wild yeast there. Now, because there's so much of that wild yeast, it becomes the dominant yeast automatically. And if you've got enough mushroom compost, when you chuck the straw in, the mushrooms will become the dominant fungi straight away. So you don't need to sterilise it, because there's so much other mushroom fungi, it's instantly going to become the dominant fungi in the wheat. Now, of course, you're better to get wheat after it's just been baled up, and not wheat that's been left outside and had rain go over it. And if the wheat's got mushrooms or toadstools or something coming out of it already, don't worry, don't use that wheat, because it's obviously already contaminated very heavily with another fungi. But if you can get some nice, clean wheat that's wheat straw that's only been baled, you know, recently, and it's all nice, hot weather, bang, whack that straight in there, get your mushroom compost all over it, and that too will get the mushroom fungi growing through it, and you don't have a problem. It usually all sprouts, I think, when the first cold snap of autumn comes. So yeah, you want to keep that in mind. Keep it nice and dampy, composty at that time, and bada bing.